Hey, so it's Jen here, and this is sort of part of the Moving Forward with Happiness, Hope, Happiness, and Heart series. I actually went live this morning as planned for day two, and the video failed to save or download, so I'm basically probably just going to redo that one tomorrow, and I'm also going to change this up a little bit, I think. So I've been encountering some technical difficulties, and something that I do that is, something that I kind of checked in with myself with in the past is when something isn't going quite right, it's kind of, well, so if something's not going quite right, that's okay. I'll, figure it out, that persevere. If something is really getting blocked, then I have to reconsider, something might be off about it. So that's something that I do for my own happiness. I pay attention to how things are going. Like if something's going really smoothly, then and it's in the flow, it just seems like that's right. If something is really not going very well, and I keep running into obstacles and roadblocks. In this case, I'm having some technical difficulties, just some other stuff going on where I thought I was going to have privacy to do these videos all week, and it turned out not to be the case. Hence, I'm doing it in my car so I can have a quiet place to do the video today when it, aside from when I was scheduled to do it. Anyhow, I have a story about that in the past that really confirms it for me. I was planning this, I was planning a workshop with someone, and everything just was not going, everything just kept getting stuck, and it seemed like it just wasn't going, it wasn't moving forward, it was not, it just wasn't right, So I kind of, I kept trying to work around all these things that kept coming up, all these obstacles, things not getting done the way that they needed to be, things not flowing the way they were supposed to. Just, I don't even remember everything that went wrong because it was years and years ago. I just know that it really just seemed like it was a constant struggle, and so I stepped back and I said, okay, what's going on here? And I felt like it just wasn't the right fit. So I talked to the person that I was working with about this after careful consideration, of course, and just tactfully discussed it. And we both, he could see my point. We just both decided to go about our separate ventures. And I ended up doing pretty much the same workshop or something very similar. Not exactly the same because the other person's side was different. I partnered with someone else, and it was like it planned and worked itself out. It all by itself. Everything just went so smoothly. It was just like butter. It was perfect. And it flowed so easily, it wasn't effortless or anything like that. The whole energy it just propelled itself forward. Whereas in the initial case, when it just wasn't right, it didn't do that at all. It kind of kept stalling itself, like it refused to move forward. So that just tells me that when stuff isn't going right, maybe you're not quite going in the right direction. Maybe it's the right idea. So I did step back with this. I said, okay, I'm having all these technical difficulties. It seems like, every step of the way, something's getting in the way. What's going on here? What's really going on? And I realized there's something that, I'm going to do this series. I'm going to do a video a day. And I'm not going to say that it's going to be exactly at 9 o'clock. Because something that I want with my business is flexibility, so that if I'm in the middle of something, I don't have to make sure that I set aside a certain time. So I know that sounds weird probably, but that's just something that I strive for, that I want. So right off the bat, I don't want to put myself, at this scheduled appointment at this time. Not like I never would, but 4 weeks, every day, I think something inside of me is saying, wow, that's, I have to be somewhere at 9 o'clock every single day, Monday through Friday. That's not why I'm doing this. So I'm going to go live at random times instead. And I would say, if you have something in your life that is, it's not really what you want on a day-to-day basis, it's not really something that's going to make you happy, and it's not necessary to put that pressure on yourself, then, let yourself off the hook. Everything doesn't have to be perfectly structured. That's something that I discovered. I actually used to be super, super structured. I had a schedule for everything. When I was in college, I actually would have a study schedule where I would put what time I was going to read, these chapters in this book and do this homework, and I had to be done by this other time so that I could be doing, the next subject by a certain time. And I would have this whole, list for my day with, appointments for myself to study this subject and then that subject, which I mean, I was taking on something bigger there, not something bigger, just I had specific assignments that I had to get done, and that worked for me at that point in my life. And now I've just lightened up a lot, okay? And I don't have to be so rigid. I don't have to have something planned. I mean, I was to the point back then where if someone asked me to do something spontaneously, I would not really want to go because it wasn't planned ahead, which is, I've kind of gone to the opposite direction. And I realized that I'm happier not being so, oh wait, that's not on my calendar, I can't do that. So not being so rigid. So I'm a lot more flexible. So anyway, I am committed to doing a video daily, and I'm going to do it somewhere probably in the morning most of the time. And, if something comes up where I'm not able to do that, then I'll get it out. Then I'll be on live at some point and be downloading the videos in the other areas for the places I'm not going live. So, so basically I've changed up what today's lesson is to what can you change in your life that would actually make you happier and would still get the job done just as good, just as good as it was going to be done anyways. So drop that in the comments and let me know if there's something that you can think of that you can do differently. Make that commitment to make a change. If you want some feedback on how to make that change manageable for you with any kind of limitations that you might have, or disruptions to your life that you think might come up, we'll do a little comment coaching. So feel free to drop your questions about this specific task in the comments, and I'll respond, and we'll just do a little comment coaching. All right, so I will see you tomorrow sometime. Like this morning, I actually wanted to do the live earlier, so it might be earlier because I'm an early bird in 9 o'clock. Honestly, it's a little bit late for me, so I might hop on earlier. That's a lot more likely than later, but if I have something going on, it might be a little bit later. So hopefully you'll catch me live. If not, you'll get to see the replay. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining me. Have a happy day, and be sure, like I said, to drop your action item down in the comments and any questions or challenges that you have that you want a little coaching around. All right, awesome. I'll see you tomorrow.